Good morning. I'm Adrian, or Lee6113, of course. I'm the founder of the Lee6113 Tabletop Role-Playing Game Guild, and I'm even wearing my shirt, the DDG, or the Dungeon Delvers Guild. We're, of course, a role-playing game group that was founded just after the COVID pandemic in 2020, and this is our kind of end of the first full year, really closer to our second year. And I just thought I would do a recap for kind of 2021, a couple things that are things that happened, kind of highlights. Just, I don't know, just hang out for a little bit and kind of go over some of this. So I'm going to switch over to, let's go to the Facebook actually. And we'll scroll down and kind of see what we find. So I'm going to transfer over. So this is the Facebook group, the Lee6113 Tabletop Role-Playing Game Guild. Looks like we have 128 members right now, and I was just planning on scrolling all the way down until we find January and just kind of go through it and see kind of all the things that happened this year. For myself, I got a lot of great games and a lot of campaigns in. We got a lot of art. We had a lot of awesome events. A lot of great people joined the group. So all around, it's been fantastic. Running this group has been, I would actually say, life-changing, because it's really given me a place to celebrate the things that I like and have friends with the same interests. So it's been awesome. Definitely for 2020, this role-playing game group got me through a lot of the pandemic, with where people had to stay at home, where there was just everything was so negative all the time. It really gave me a chance to actually be with people, and so I actually have a lot of great memories because of our group, and so I want to thank everybody who's been a part of that. I know I could not have built this without Mackenzie, so Mackenzie, shout out to you. You are awesome. I'm so glad that you're part of this, and of course everybody else. We've got for mods, we added Sammy as a mod. Thank you so much, Sammy, for everything you helped with. We had to put a lot of rules updates and stuff to kind of try to balance things, and Sammy, we couldn't have done it without you. And Alex, we added Alex this year, and I am so glad that we did, because Alex just has such a great perspective for DMing and kind of keeping things kind of even and balanced over the group. So we appreciate you too, Alex. And of course our fantastic members. We have let me just jump on the Discord real quick and see. So here's our Discord. Oh, that's work, never mind. Here's the there's so much stuff that I need to go over. So let's start with server settings. So we have 158 members right now on the Discord. So thank you to our 158 members. Holy crap, that's so many awesome people have joined. Let's go to the announcements. Most recently, Todd, 13th Rat King, Entrapta, they're all one and the same, has upgraded our server to level 3 in Discord, which means now we get the banner, we get enhanced audio. So if we go to any of the voice chats, whether you're streaming or if you have audio, it's going to be way better quality. And we got some more stuff coming up for Christmas. This year we did a emoji competition, so the person who ran the most game mastered the most games was able to unlock their own emoji. And as of this month, or well, November was our last month of the contest, and our final winner was Dieter. So congratulations, Dieter. If we scroll back, Pi has won. Who else has won? I know Kwashi got really close. I'm pretty sure Kwashi won one as well. I would have to dig through all the announcements to see everything. So Pi won in October. Congratulations, Pi guy. Again, just a lot of welcome posts, so I'd have to scroll through. Pi won in September. Thank you again, Pi, for running so many awesome games. Alright, we've got time. Let's just go through this and dig up all of the winners. Let's see. Oh, we're still in September. Oh, that was funny. I don't know if anyone knows, but there was at one point someone made a fake account and called it Wiz, W-I-S, and that's short for Win Intelligent Systems, which is a reference to our Quantum Black game, where the company Wiz, Win Intelligent Systems, is a bad corporation that does like electronics. So like they have security, androids, bots, AI intelligence, stuff like that, and so they're kind of a company that the heroes went in to go storm and take information and stuff, and it wound up going really badly. But somebody made a fake account on Discord and titled themselves Wiz, and so that was Rebecca. That was my wife. Which, shout out to Rebecca. I love you. Thank you so much for being part of the group with me and putting up with all my shenanigans. I meant to shout that out earlier in the stream. But anyways, she made this bot and was trolling us all, and it was creepy and amazing. Moving right along. Pi won in August as well. Congratulations, Pi. And that's the second month in a row, so that means you also won July. So let's scroll back through August through July. Because I don't remember who's won all these at this point. It's been a year, so. Here it is, the Pi. So Pi won July, and Kwashi won June, and he got his pineapple emoji. That's fantastic. Okay. I wonder if there's a way for me to save that. I'm just gonna make a quick note to myself. So let's see. Moving up, so Pi won, or sorry, Kwashi won June. So let's see who won for May. Okay, Pi won in May too. Wow, Pi is on a roll. He's DMing tons of games. This is awesome. We came out with the Lee6113 buying guide. Shout out to Mackenzie and her crew, because they came up with this this spreadsheet to balance shopping for the Dungeon Delvers Guild, which is like our shared D&D world. So all the players can make characters and interact in a game-by-game system. So to kind of balance things with so we tried to balance loot rewards, and then what do you do with your loot? The buying guide is now here, so thank you to Mackenzie for putting this through. I know, I think 5 or 6 people all jumped on a call with her and really just hammered this out, so it was awesome. Again, I couldn't have done this stuff without Mackenzie. She's the real MVP. Yeah, there's May. We added Alex. I already went over that. Let's see. There's June. Oh no, so this is May, so it would be going backwards. So April. Who won April? Pi won in April too. Holy shit. Okay, let's go to March and see who won in March. Eric won in March. 4 legs. Eric, you're awesome. Thank you for running all those games. You know what I wish we did is I wish we kept a list of what those games were. I think that's going to be a goal for me for 2022, is keeping track of just better data, because it's fun to do. I didn't do this for 2020, and I wish I did. I guess I kind of did for my own personal, but I just wrote it down. I didn't do a stream or anything. Heroes Cosplay, Devin, she makes fantastic dice. I'm really excited for people to get a chance to see more of her work, their work. Shifting up through February, and then we'll see who won February's. Alex and Katie both won February. So one thing is, the mods are not qualified to be part of this game competition, but Alex was on a mod in February, and he won, tied with Katie. And Katie doesn't, she's not on our group anymore. But thank you to both of them for creating so many fantastic games. And then finally, let's find January. This is interesting. So February 18th. So we had 39 games in January, and we had 37 games booked for February, 27 of which had already happened. So our group was like, it was flying. We had so many games going on. It's slow right now because everyone's kind of tied up with holidays. Things have kind of post-pandemic have gotten a little bit, just people busy again. A lot of people are tied up in campaigns now instead of the one-shots, which is just normal. I think it's the ebb and flow of a group like ours. But we were rocking. We were doing so many games. So many people were having fun. I love it. There's Entrapped again, boosting the server. Holy crap, look at all this. Discord since, I think, shrunken the amount of boosts that you need to be able to get it to a higher level. But even back then, February 2021, boom. So, Todd, thanks again. You're crazy, man. Yeah, Mackenzie boosted it. Thank you. Oops. I hope that didn't erase my spot. Whew. Alright, we are February 4th, 3rd. I don't know if we had the game running in the first one. Oh, no, we did. So Katie won in January. So, Katie, I know you're not here anymore, but awesome. So those were all of the winners of the games. And holy crap, Pi did like what, 5 months. So couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you all for DMing, and that goes to everybody. If I go to the DM schedule, we don't need that message anymore. So I keep track of everything people run as best as I can, and so every week in here we now have records of who's doing what. This goes back all the way to January, so I can count how many games. I just didn't record who was in those games. So anyways, I guess we're in the Discord, so let's shift over to just look at the campaigns that are currently going. We have Curse of Strahd. Sammy's 5th edition campaign has been going on for, I believe it's 40 sessions. Let's look. Let's go to our YouTube channel. So the most recent is episode 44 of Curse of Strahd. I might need to move this over. So this right here. Sammy, that's amazing. Let's see. My Quantum Black game I was talking about. This is like, it's not D&D. This is a ubiquity system game. So that means your dice that you use, they are, it's either even or odd. So this is an example of like the dice. No successes, 1 success. I can't do this very well. 2 successes, and then this die goes up to 3, and then yellow ones have just 1 success on them, and blue dice have 1 or 2. So what you do is you roll your dice and you make a die pool based off your character, and it's just a fun system. Check it out, it's awesome. There's a Hollow Earth expedition game, which is like 1930s, like Journey to the Center of the Earth. Like there's Nazis, dinosaurs. It's a fun game. It's very Indiana Jones, Jules Verne, Indiana Jones style game. Then you have Quantum Black, which is kind of more of a Call of Cthulhu-esque the game I'm running is kind of like Mission Impossible meets Call of Cthulhu, or it's like supernatural stuff in the world, and the heroes are kind of part of this Black Ops prevention group, Quantum Black, and the team is called Team Corvidae, and they have to go stop supernatural threats and other threats, and it's really fun. Kind of a darker game. I guess on that note, I made 2 separate trailers for these, and that was pretty fun. If let's see, I won't watch the whole thing, but yeah, you should check it out if you haven't already. They're only a couple minutes. This is Season 2's trailer. This one has
interesting question.
Actually the players edited
talk
it.
about that.
Check it out if you haven't seen those. But I love making like video trailers. So these are 2 accomplishments I would probably say. Is I made actually 3 game trailers, but 2 of them were for Quantum Black, and those are these 2. But we've been kind of on a pause for this. We're in Season 2, and like the party has gone from... It's just been wild. Like the first mission was that Wiz game, which I was mentioning, and then they've gone through like... Now they have access to nuclear launch codes, and there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that if they don't resolve, things could go very bad. So I really want to finish up Season 2 and see, and no spoilers, but I have something in the works, which, because we're so slow on this game, because we've been on break, it probably will be done during Season 2, but I got it for Season 3, and it should be hopefully pretty fun. Tyranny of the Dragons. This is Psychopanth's game. No, this is Chaos's game. And so they play on Fridays. I don't know how many sessions they are in. I don't think this one's recorded at all, but I hope they're all having fun. Tales of Matea. This is Alex's campaign, and they look like they're having a blast, as you can see. Of Matea. They're on episode 11, streamed 4 days ago. So this one is on YouTube. You can all check it out. Alex is a fantastic GM, and I'll go over my experience in his game in a little bit. But that one's awesome. So Rise of the Rune Lords. I love Rise of the Rune Lords. This is Pathfinder First Edition, Dieter's game. I was in it for, I want to say 10-ish episodes. What are they on? Let's see. I know it's on here somewhere. That's not it. Let's try Rise of the Rune Lords. Okay, so they're on episode 11. This was streamed on December 6th, and I think they were on a break. So I must have been in it for maybe 8 or 9 episodes. I loved that game. It was a slow burn, but so much fun. Let me show you my character art for my guy, because I love doing character art. Hold on, I need to find him in my... I've got my folders all kind of... They're not super well organized. Okay, so here's Oscar. This was my my necrotic sorcerer. His magic comes from the undeaf, because he died. He was a stillborn, and through the orcish magic from on his father's side, they revived him. Very, very Warcraft, I suppose. But he has a blind eye, and then kind of that whole side is kind of the frost magic that comes from his powers. It manifests through like ice particles, and so he's got the white hair, which he just grew out and braided, and then he's got his white eye, which will glow, and he casts magic. I had so much fun playing him. He was a very fun character. This is his token. Man, I miss Pathfinder. So that was Rise of the Rune Lords. Then we have Into Avernus, or Bringing Hell to the DDG, Into Avernus. This is Pie's campaign he runs on Saturdays. I think they're on a couple breaks, but I haven't actually seen much of this campaign, but I know they're having a blast. They went on they stormed like a huge like devil train, if I remember correctly, and they're just having fun, so good for them. My campaign, which is not really a campaign, it's a string of Mecha Hack one-shots. Now, Mecha Hack is one of my favorite games. It is not D&D. It's based off of the Black Hack, which is kind of a rules light D&D variant, kind of OSR. It's a D20 system, so you roll a die still, a D20, and then its low is good. So natural 1 is a critical success versus a natural 20 is bad, critical failure. So it's kind of upside down. And it's player facing, which means the DM doesn't roll anything. The players roll to attack and they roll to dodge. So if I'm the DM and I'm making them get attacked by a bunch of like mechanical drones or bots, or there's a natural disaster, caverns collapsing, the players will roll a dodge check essentially, which is their dexterity. So they have to. The beauty of the game is it's so simple. So if I have a 15 attribute for, let's say, power, my strength, my attack capabilities, I want to attack you, I have to roll my d20, and I have to match, or sorry, I can't match it. I have to roll underneath my power. So if my power is 15, a 14 or less is a success. Same for my defense. If my dexterity is 12, I have to roll an 11 or less to successfully dodge. And then there's a bunch of wonderful mechanics like your reactor die. You can, the whole idea of Mecha Hack is you're piloting this big robot, so you're a mech. And you can push your mech to go above and beyond its capabilities, and you roll your reactor die. You kind of have modules like big guns, laser beams, claws, like all kinds of stuff, jump jets, and every time you use those, you roll your reactor die, and it eventually shrinks down until it burns out. So it's a great game. Very fun, very quick, very easy to prep. I could throw up a Mecha Hack game right now in 2 minutes if I wanted to, just make up a couple stuff. There's 2 books. There's the mission manual, which has a bunch of pre-existing, like, easy to run games, I suppose. I would use them probably more for inspiration. But the idea of this campaign, Foundation, is this underground city, and I believe I have... Okay, I didn't bookmark it, so let's jump back to the YouTube, and I will briefly show you a clip of that Macaque game trailer that I made. Long ago, monstrous kaiju came to the planet of Geo. So these are all cataclysmic clips I stole from YouTube. Sorry, YouTube and copyright. But it's fun. I had a lot of fun making this. It took me a while, actually. It was just, I had this on my Adobe Premiere for a long time before I finished it. So anyways, that's a fun trailer. You can watch. It's a minute 44 seconds. The idea is anybody can make a mech for this game, and they can just play in a one-shot, and then the one-shots just kind of stack together. You're in an underground city. You have to kind of keep it functioning, so that could mean exploring new things. It could mean going out to get extra parts or materials, resources. And I think I've run 4 games, and Todd has run 1 game, which I was able to play in, which was fantastic. And I would love to keep doing more of these, but I just, time is, everything's really busy for me right now. Todd was looking at making his own like mini for his mech, which is fantastic. It's fun. Now this campaign is not running yet. This is the Ronin game, which I ran. This is a 5th edition homebrew world, so this is not the D&D or DDG canon universe. This is just something homebrew I made. So the land is called Sakai, and it's the rules for magic is very different, where everything has to be tied to a weapon. So only like samurai and carry weapons because of their innate magic. So nobody's allowed to carry weapons except for them. And then there was kind of a very Lion King style story. The king, or the shogun, was killed by his brother Scar, who's called the Barracuda. And where the players came in is they wound up hearing about this and having to go save the shogun's son, Prince Oji, and protect him from getting assassinated by his uncle, the Barracuda. And so it was a 3-part game. It was a trilogy, and it was, I'm pretty proud of it. It's on YouTube. You can go and watch it under, this would be the Ronin mini campaign. So it's 3 episodes. Probably it looks like it's about 7 or 8 hours. So I don't know how watchable it is, but one of my favorite games that I've run this year is the Ronin campaign. So in this, we're talking about running, well, I've been wanting to run a second game, a second series, or a second trilogy. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, if I'm going to actually have time to commit 3 weeks in a row to do it. So it might end up being a series of standalone episodes, one-shots. But I've got the first 2 planned. The third one's kind of might change depending on what happens in the first 2 games. But we've got Mackenzie, we've got Pi, my wife Becca, and then we also have, who am I missing? Eric, he's playing Lu Shengde. So Kaori, Lu Shengde, and then the other 2 characters are actually going to switch out and play new people, so that's going to be really fun. I really wanted to run this in Tailspire, and actually my mind's just going on these rabbit trails, but I don't care. This is my live stream. So I am going to show you Tailspire. And I know so very little about Tailspire right now. It is very intimidating for me to think about running anything. So let's sneak peek. Okay. So I don't know how to zoom out more than this. So this is really difficult. So here is a preloaded thing I was able to drop in, and I'm still trying to figure out everything. Here are a couple of character tokens. So they can move up. It's a virtual tabletop, and it is badass. But I have no clue how to use this. So I go up here, and all of a sudden I can't zoom out anymore. So I need to play in a Tailspire game before I can run it, and I've been wanting to run the Ronin in Tailspire because it looks so cool, but might not happen. We might end up just doing Roll20 again, or jump into Theater of the Mind. I don't know. We'll see. So those are all the campaigns that are posted right now. I made a campaign thread for the DDG World of Erden just because I felt like I kind of wanted people to have a place where they can discuss it. There's a place in the DM chat, but not everybody's in there. So if someone wants to talk about their character, they can. I posted some maps in here. We're going to try to do a 3.5 map because there's stuff people want to add. And my daughter's going to get an iPad for Christmas with a drawing stylus, and I'm hoping to be able to steal that and do some map making, because if I can draw with a pen on with a stylus, and it syncs to Photoshop, that would be so much easier for me. I would literally be able to just open up Photoshop, and I use Photoshop Elements. That is the easiest way for me to do stuff, and I can just throw in the map of Erden, and then I can draw, but instead of using pen tools here, I can draw with a pen, and that would be so much easier, and I could do this so much easier than to make this map. We used what do we use? It's the map making Incarnate. So, and I don't want to pay for Incarnate again. It's $25, which isn't too bad, but I don't like it really. I'm not good at it. Sammy's the one who made this map, so thank you, Sammy. And then there's RPG General Discussion, which is probably one of my favorite places because you can talk about any RPG, which we're going to get into some Fantasy Flight games and kind of going over everything that I played in this year. But love this thread. Everyone should post about RPGs. D&D is fine, but everything else is cooler. So finally, there's the World Building Week. So this is the second year that we've done the World Building Week. First year was Kingmaker, which is a D&D campaign setting or idea that I want to still run. I don't know when I will eventually do it, but everybody in World Building Week last year made their own kingdom, which would take place in the Kingmaker game as a country, that your character being of royal blood would come from that country and be in the Kingmaker game. So everyone had a blast in that, I think. And then this year I wanted to do something that's a little bit more generic, and because I've been so into space recently, I was playing a lot of Star Citizen. Now I just don't have the time. But space sims are super interesting to me. I follow all the NASA stuff, and it's just pretty cool. So World Building Week for December 2021 was making your own space station, and I'm pretty proud of this. I wound up doing my own last night because I was just having fun. Let's go to World Building Week and I'll show you the questions just really quick. So here are our questions. So for World Building Week, we had 7 days of building. So day 1 was size and scope. What is the general purpose of your space station? And I just realized this saved. Oh, this is my space station, that's why. Let me go to full questions normal. Okay, here we go. This is without my stuff. So size and scope, what is the general purpose of your space station? How large is it? How does it maintain supplies? How big is it? Where do you get essential foods, waters, oxygens, etc.? And then day 2 is facilities and maintenance. Does it have docks? Does it have maintenance crews? Is it armed? Day 3 is location and ownership. Like, where is it in the galaxy? Is it nearby anything interesting? It could be real. Like, you could put it in our solar system, or you could make something up, put it in Mass Effect or something. It was just totally freeform. You can do whatever you want. Who owns it, runs it, who built it, security, do they have onboard security staff, or what does that look like? Day 4 is daily life. Do they have recreation activities, downtime? How does time measured? Is there newsworthy events? And this is where it starts getting really fun, I think, as you can just start making stuff up. And day 5 was dangers and threats. Have they ever been attacked by like space pirates? If so, what happened? Has there been any internal dangers to your space station? Any hazards they've had to deal with? Day 6 is more like if you're going to be a game master, let's say you're running Starfinder or Traveler or Mecha Hack or whatever you wanted to run. Bring out the NPCs. What are some plot hooks? What is some loot, some treasure that you can distribute as part of the space station? So I thought that was a really good chapter. And then day 7 was just final events, and these are kind of following that same line. The idea is you must hide me. Can someone hide on your space station? How difficult would that be? And then being requisitioned by a military with we require your facilities. How would you react if some army wanted to like occupy your space station or utilize it? And then who's the big bad? You've discovered too much. I'm sorry, old friend. And then just who's the bad guy. So that was the questions for World Building Week, and I have some amazing answers for people. So I have Alex's, Dieter's, Pie Guys, Todd's, and Becca's working on one too. And then I did mine for fun, and I just posted those. So pretty fun. So that's the current campaigns in RPGs. Another thing we added this year was play-by-post games, which, oh my gosh, I am having so much fun running these. So I actually have 3 games because I couldn't stop after one. So we started with Corner of Naria, and this game was super fun because Naria is kind of like my game pet in the world. Let me jump over here. So I'll start here. So Corner of Naria. So I wanted to start a play-by-post with just 3 people. Actually, I wanted to start with 2 people because I wasn't sure how the fluidity of running by only posting would be. And to give an example, in my other game, which is Dead Elves Tell No Tales, in this game, we started on November 1st and we finished the intro December 17th. So it's like almost 7 weeks to get through like what would be probably 15 or 20 minutes of one shot, the introduction. I started in this game. I started them in prison. They were all shackled up on the walls, and they had to get out. They were captured by pirates, and it's just kind of been throwing them in. This is a game I'm actually very proud of. I'm having a lot of fun running this. These are the maps that I just made for it, and I pulled these from an online map creator. Highly recommend using those for DM resources. You don't have to make everything yourself if you don't want to. But it's been really fun. We lost 1 player in this game, and I think 4 was kind of pushing it. So we're down to 3 players, and I'm just keeping it there. Becca might join if she wants to, but I don't think she's got like the inclination to commit to like something where she has to post by requirement. So 3 people is what it's going to stick to be. But back to Neria, and let me actually open up my map again. So Neria is a kingdom, or now a queendom, technically, in the DDG world of Erden. So you have the city-states, which is kind of Virtin, Holland's Rest, Zendretta, all these cities kind of on, I guess I can't really show you from the camera, but it's in this kind of center green part of the map. And then on the other side of like the rivers, you have Neria, which is an old kingdom, and Eric has helped develop this a little bit too with kind of some of its history, but it's cursed with these dungeons which pop up. They're spawned dungeons, which, no spoilers, they're caused because the queen is cursed. So every time she dreams, which is frequently because she's cursed to have these nightmares, her dreams spawn dungeons around. And so the DDG, or the Dungeon Delvers Guild, sends adventurers all the time to go and close these. They have to go inside the dungeon, which is like a pocket plane, remove the anchor, whatever is causing the dungeon to remain there is called the anchor, and so they have to remove that, and that can vary from whatever, because it could be a magic item, it could be something that the queen is tied to in her history, which a lot of my one-shots are like that. But anyway, so there's Neria, and the characters are going to be doing a play-by-post in the Discord game in the corner of Neria, and they have to go to the border and actually go outside the border and find out why this frozen tundra is appearing, this frost curse. So, and it's cool. So I'm having fun with this one. Dead Elves Tell No Tales. Oh, this one's so much fun. So I started them all like as prisoners. They're all level 5. They're a crew for a ship, which they have a ship. I had them name it, and they decided to go with was it the Golden Albatross? And it is moored just down in the lagoon there, and they were in this cell, and now they're with some goblins, going to go into the goblin village and try to make friends there. Clem is one of the characters. Avanacat plays Clem, and he's the only one who speaks goblin, so that's really fun. Now I am a member playing in this game, Arms of a Dead God. This is Elle's game, and this is really fun. I am playing an elf cleric, and this is a homebrew setting. She's a cleric of the God of War, and we're about to go. We just finished kind of the intro arcs, and we're about to go into the plot and board of airship and head out to our destination. So that's fun. And then the third game is Devil's Dunes. This is a game. Basically, the characters are going to cross this desert here. So near Barakaresh. Hold on, what did I do? So Barakaresh is a bug town. Like, it's all made of bug folk, which are slavers and have gladiator games and stuff. But up here, somewhere in the desert, the characters have to just take a convoy, a wagon train. There's sand sleighs being pulled by giant centipedes. And they have to cross the desert, so it's going to be kind of a level 1 to level 3 survival game. We've got 3 players. We've got Els, Avanacat, and we have a new player, HD, and we're about to go into the first dungeon, so that's fun. Those are the play-by-post games. What else? I'm pretty sure it was this year we did choose your color. I think it's just a fun thing I got from the High Rollers Discord, but you can just choose what color you want to be. Have a colored screen name. Personalization. People like that. I like it. So anybody who wants to change the color of their username, just post there and we'll change it. What else do we have? Notable quotes. These are fun. Just posting kind of standout quotes from your games. We're all just hanging out. Sammy as Remy casting, or if it's Remy, then it's in French. I can't do a French accent, but Remy casting mirror image to create 3 versions of himself stuck in spiderwebs. I think I ran that game. Oh, I made a couple clips. There's only 2 so far. I want to do a whole bunch more. I just need to sift through the games and kind of I want some player feedback for what their best clips from games are. So there's the Chicken Eldritch Blast clip. This was a silly, dumb game that I ran where everyone played as chickens, and Jay was in this game and he was able to consume this magic liquid and get Eldritch Blast. I don't think I can boost the sound on this. You have to watch this one on your own. And then I know another one is the infamous "What is a Mermaid" clip from Sachetta, and this is from like the 3rd or 4th game that I ran in. I think the 4th game I ran in this group.
He would turn it over and say, "What is a mermaid?"
You should go watch this one. So notable quotes, yeah. These are 32 to hit. Oh, it was at disadvantage. Oh, 26. I tried. You saved me from a crit at least. He didn't crit. So this guy has tons of attack bonus. Anyways, enough of that. That was in Alex's Icewind Dale game, which was fantastic. Let's talk about games. Let's go to YouTube and let's look at all the games. Let's go videos. Alright, this is going to be a lot. Alright, let's... Okay, I'm not sure exactly where it transitions from December 2020 to January 2021. But it's going to be around here somewhere. So, Hollow Earth Expedition. One of my favorite campaigns and longest games that I've played in. This was ran by Adam. This is the Ubiquity game I told you about earlier with the evens odds. It's a skill-based game instead of a level-based game, so loved that game. I played, I'll show you. I played Daring Tale of Adventure. I played Donald Bridger, so this was my character. And he was really fun. He was kind of the diplomat, he was a bureaucrat from the kind of tasked with following the party in Aegis to go undercover, or not undercover, but to kind of track down these artifacts from the Brutel devices. And it was just a fantastic game. It spanned all across the globe. We went to Russia, we went to Shanghai, we went to France, Germany, the US. We had mummies to fight, we had zombies to fight, Nazis to fight, and we ended up going into the Hollow Earth too. So fantastic game by Adam. I think that one was something like, what, 40 sessions? I don't want to lose my spot, but it was over a year campaign, and it was so much fun. At the end I had a special briefcase. It's very, very fun. So that's Hollow Earth Expedition. We have Icewind Dale. I played in that. I had to end up dipping out of the game once things kind of just got too busy for me. And so I played 2 characters in that game because, spoilers, one of them died. Let me find... So the first character that I played was Atticus. Atticus was a half-elf. He was an old man, basically. He outlived his human wife. His adult kids, who I was talking about maybe eventually playing one of his grandkids. But his adult kids were all kind of separated, and he didn't really have anything left, so he sold his farm and he went adventuring. He was a fighter, if I remember correctly, but he was like a ranged fighter, so he used a bow and arrow. No, he had a sword too, but he used a bow and arrow because he was a farmer, so hunting and stuff was more for him. But he did have a sword when he was in the military. It was kind of like this real, like, embossed, really nice gladius. When he died, which was a beautiful arc, Mackenzie killed him. She was a guest player, played the bad guy, and she killed me. Thanks, Mackenzie. But it was so much fun, so good. So, someone misspelled my name. That's fine. So anyways, he died, and I made Arim Hawker. Where's my Arim character? So Arim was a dwarf paladin, and he joined the party. This is Arim. This very typical dwarf. I love playing dwarves. So he's a dwarf paladin, and I played until I had to leave the group. That game did sort of conclude in the sense that they TPK'd themselves. I think they split the party and went into like 2 different citadels or fortresses, and they just got stomped. Was my Fall of Whitecliff game? Was this actually in 2021? No, this is November.
Back to...
I'm pretty sure that game concluded in December. Maybe not. Oh, because we got into the next chapter. So I grouped the Fall of Whitecliff games into like chapters. So the first one was Escape from Whitecliff. This is a Pathfinder game. And actually, I have character art from Pathfinder. It's one of the chibis. This is Avery. Isn't she cute? She's the coolest Pathfinder character I think I've seen. This is Dieter's character. And she's a swashbuckler, if I remember correctly. So anyways, yeah, we wrapped up chapter 2 with this, and this game has been on pause for a long time. We wound up losing a couple players, and then for me, I was just kind of struggling to run a pre-written adventure. I suck at running games that are already made. I'm so much better at just making my own stuff. I can't follow a book very well. So Pathfinder will one day return, Fall of Whitecliff. I made some how-tos. I made how to stream, like what I'm using right now is Streamlabs and OBS to record this. I'm actually not streaming it. I'm going to post this in a minute. But how to run games, we did those. I was in Noah's game for a little bit while it lasted, Saviors of Bellrock. That was a non-DDG game, but it was fun. We played, I think, 3 or 4 sessions with Mackenzie and Michael M. This was my character, Aster. So some one-shots. Botanists of Chult. Botanists of Chult was fun. I would love to run a campaign. It's set in Chult, which is where Tomb of Annihilation is. But these games, it was so funny because it wound up being the whole party was like tabaxis. We had Jay played an Aarakocra, so he was the outlier, and he was like a warlock pact of the goose, and so he has a sound machine or whatever, or he would make the honking noise of the goose. So much fun, so funny. But these characters only got into 3 episodes. I would love to play Botanist of Chult, but it just didn't click. It was much more of a hex crawl game and kind of exploration, and the idea was you would go into the jungle and find stuff. So I had this list of anything from wildlife to fauna, random encounters, and all this stuff, and it takes place in Chult. So eventually, like Tomb of Annihilation, everything in that book I was planning to kind of siphon off of. But that was fun. I probably would run this as one-shots or continue it if I could find people wanting to do it as a campaign, given I have the time, which I do not. The Goblin Mine games. This was a fun one-shot that I ran I think 3 or 4 times. Each one was a variant, and it was fun because I made just homebrew rules for skip all the intro stuff. So I had to go up to Journey 4 Mine and actually go through on mine carts. And this one, I think they found the Shadow Dragon, which is homebrewed. Yeah, skip all this. Here we go. So they found these mine carts, and they had to actually do checks. I was trying to I think this system could be tweaked a lot, but it was fun to do like a minecart chase, and they fought a bunch of goblins. The ending was my favorite part, and there's one game of the 3. Oh, it's so funny because at the very end, there was a minecart full of treasure right on the bottom corner there, and it got knocked into the void, and it was so funny to see the characters like just cry out in agony from this. So the Goblin Mine games were fun. This game was alright. The funny part to me was the name. The Necrotic Demon Murder Boar of Holland's Rest. That just made me chuckle. And that's actually what made me think of that game. Quantum Black. My favorite campaign. I say that a lot. A lot of campaigns are my favorite. I already talked about Quantum Black enough though, so we're skipping past that. Ooh, I did a couple prep videos. So this one, for example, was the Secret Garden dungeon game, and I made... Are these the same game? Oh no, this is the prep one. So here I am, screen sharing, making the Roll20, making the posts, making all this stuff, the artwork, the chess puzzle thing, or that was actually Othello. So yeah, that was fun. I did an hour prep, and then you could actually watch if you wanted to. This game's 2.5 hours, and see kind of how that manifested. The game went alright. This is a fun one. I already talked about the Ronin. That was a really fun game. The clips we already talked about. The Chicken Dungeon game. So stupid. Basically Chicken Run but in D&D. Colonial Gothic. Ubiquity, Adam's new campaign after the Hollow Earth Expedition. This is a 1776 game. So it's a period, not drama, it's a period game. It's set in 1976. Or sorry, 1776, the Revolutionary War. So our story follows these characters going through those events. Alright, sorry, I'm back. So my character is Graham. I will show you a picture of him. And he was, I guess, kind of like Atticus. I like those types of characters where they have like a life history. They're not just like, I mean, it's fun to make like a 19 or 15-year-old character, and they're just kind of totally fresh. But I like ones that have a little bit more like past. And so I made Graham, and this is just from online, so thank you, Google. Graham has one leg. He lost it in, I think it was the French Indian War. It was hit by a cannon. Basically, that was inspired by, what's his name? Christian Bale's character in, what's the movie? 1310 to Yuma. So the idea is he's one-legged. He lost his wife. She passed away. And he had a son. He's like a 12 or 13-year-old son, I think. And his name was Walter. And so he ends up getting mixed in, and it's colonial Gothic. So there's like the Headless Horseman was in this game. There's vampires, zombies, ghouls. We're going to come up with all kinds of stuff, I'm sure. We're going to end up fighting. We're pretty good into it. About a year into this game, on pause for the holidays, but we'll be back in January. And through the course of this game, like we've gone through the Battle of Bunker Hill. We're about to get to the Declaration of Independence. We were there at Boston. We helped Paul Revere on his ride through the night. So this has been a really fun game. Let's see what else. Gladiator games. I ran those mostly in 2020, and it looks like I did one Gladiator game, or maybe this was Noah. So I ran these Gladiator games in 2020. I ran like 3 or 4 of them, and Noah wanted to run one, so I wound up playing Sobel, and Sobel is a fun character. I can show you his art too. So Sobel is a lizard folk. And he is from a play-by-post game, the first one that I did this year, which was in a totally different game. This was, where's Isla? This is on a different Discord with Jazz. But he ran this game, and I cloned him over because that campaign pretty much had to stop just because of pandemic issues. Australia shut down again, and he couldn't run the game. He had too much other stuff going on. So I moved Sobel over and played him in Noah's Gladiator game, and then from there transferred him to the DDG. So now I've got, I think he's like level 5 or something. Super fun. So we have some of these other, again, campaigns that are running, the Curse of Strahd games. This game was our #1 most viewed game on YouTube. Shout out to Mackenzie for making this backdrop. She's really been making our like intros and stuff much cooler with copyright-free music, the GIF or GIF, whatever, GIF, whatever you want to call it. But this game is May's game, so thank you, May, for running this.
So she believes that it's some sort of premonition.
This is our #1 most viewed game on YouTube.
Toasted marshmallows. He keeps.
Okay.
So this game
Caring about and
has like 742
all right,
views,
and so
which
we
is a
now
lot for
play
us.
inside, right?
Um,
Okay, that's correct.
so congratulations, May. Where are we now? Matea, more one shots. Mecha Hack. I love Mecha Hack so much. These are not from the same campaign I talked about. These are just generic Mecha Hack games. So this was Search and Rescue from the mission manual. It's super fun. I really haven't run D&D for a while, actually. Oh, we tried a new system, Bounty Hunter RPG. So this game, this is a diceless system. So this system is runs on action points. So you go through your character sheet and you have like 20 action points to spend, and every action like costs something. So if you want to fly the ship, there's that. Like you spend an action point and you do the maneuver, or you want to shoot someone, you use an action point, and they have to defend with an action point. It's interesting. I think I would want to try this again. I was considering trying to mesh it with Mecha Hack to try to have like if you're a pilot on ground, we'd use Bounty Hunter RPG, and if you're in the mech, you'd use that. But I don't know. It's interesting. I won't spend the amount of money I did on it again. It's pretty thin. The book, that is, it's not hardbound, and the guy I think lives in Africa who made it, or he did at one point, so shipping was just a lot for me. And I prefer to have hardbound books, like real copies, not just PDFs. I made another how to play video, Mecha Hack. I think I just ruined my spot. Yeah. I want to do more of these videos next year. How to use Roll20 for beginners. This was a game that a tutorial that I made. Pathfinder. Rise of the Rune Lords. No, this isn't the one I was thinking of. Where's Risen in Sands? Here it is. Risen from Sands. This game was super fun. One of my most memorable games that I played. I guess it's only in November, so it's recent, but Dieter ran an awesome game. I played no, I did not Aram. In this game I played Domri, and Domri was a very interesting barbarian. In his character sheet I had what was it? Boots, and then I think short sword was next or something, or his boots short something, and I misread it as booty shorts, and that just became a joke for him. So he's like a wrestler, all like waxed oiled chest and stout dwarf with booty shorts. So this was fun. The end finale where we fought the final boss was really fun. And then Mackenzie made this. This is awesome. In the world of Erdin, there is a guild, and within this guild, there are adventurers. It's like an intro. Some come for glory, while others for coin, but everyone respects the guild in their own way. And this is one of their stories, a story from the Dungeon Delvers Guild. And I think it's supposed to like be on repeat, so way to go, Mackenzie, that's awesome. And I think we're almost done with YouTube. Fantasy Flight Games! Oh my goodness, this is the #1 RPG that I'm excited about right now. So Adam ran, he's running currently, Tuesdays are finale, it's session 3. It's a 3-shot, or it was going to be a 2-shot, but we kind of played at session 0, so 3-shot. But oh my goodness, this game is so much fun. I was so scared of Fantasy Flight Games because the dice, if you can see these, there's no numbers on them. And so, I could not wrap my head around it. I got this starter kit, which is still here because I'm actually playing the game. So I got the Age of Rebellion starter kit, read through it, tried to run it, and I was just like, I have no clue what I'm doing. This does not make sense. And then Adam said he would run it, so that's where this game is, the Age of Rebellion, a Star Wars story. And it makes sense when someone who knows it teaches you. It makes sense, and it's so exciting. I'm gonna buy these books probably next year, and we're gonna see some more Star Wars. I grew up on Star Wars like big time. I have 2 huge big crates full of action figures and more with Star Wars ships in it. When we were at Disneyland, we got this R2 unit. I'm just gonna show you because this is my stream. I can do what I want. This is R3 Ellie. Lee because our name is Lee. Lee6113. Adrian Lee. But it's an R3 unit because it's got a clear dome. And so it's R3 LE. And if they had 3 numbers, it'd be, or 3 letters, it'd be LEE because. Anyways, that's Fantasy Flight Games. Super pumped about this one. And then recently I was invited to play in a D&D game outside of my group. This was from the Absolutely Tabletop group, and this was very much like my Ronin game. This was set in like Japan, except this one isn't fantasy. This is historical. We are in Edo, Japan, in like the 1700s, I think. Yes, early 1700s Japan. And so I played a samurai named Hanbei Tanaka, and there's 4 players, and then our DM was Jill. This game was fantastic, so much fun. It stretched into 2 parts because Australia seems to have a lot of shit that goes on, and there's a flash flood, and one of the players had to dip. Hope you're okay, Cam. Sorry about your basement. But then we played a second part the following week, wrapped it up. Perfect game, amazing, so immersive in the history of Japan. I felt like you were actually there, and the D&D was just kind of like the skin over it for the mechanics, but like there wasn't magic in the same way. Like my paladin Hanbei, I chose some spells for him because that's a mechanic I could use, but they were like command, so that manifested differently. So that was really fun. So I think that's it for the YouTube channel. I kind of wanted to go through the Facebook really quick, though I think I exited my tab on accident. Alright, let's try this again. I'll just start from the top and go backwards. So, oh, Call of Cthulhu. That's should have been on there. I don't know if I saw it on the YouTube. But I ran a Call of Cthulhu session. There it is, the Necropolis, and that was really fun. That was kind of the first time I actually ran a full game of Call of Cthulhu. I've played in it, and I might be in a game next year in Call of Cthulhu, but that was really fun. There's the Star Wars game, Space World Building Week. The Facebook doesn't have as many members, but I try to post records of all the games that are on here. There's all the Foundation games, Quantum Black Bounty Hunter, Beta Red. I kickstarted Beta Red, and I'm in that book as a named sponsor. Dragonflight Con. I'm wearing the Dragonflight Con hat. I was able to go to Dragonflight Con and run my first convention game. It was Mecha Hack, and this was in like October, right before Halloween. One person showed up. and the game was like 20 minutes, if that. But it was fun. The guy it was the first time I was playing a Mega Hack, and it was fun. So, would I do a con game again? Yes. Maybe I would prefer to do it with more players. Otherwise, maybe I'd just cancel it. But yeah, that was fun. Avatar's coming out next year. I don't know if the ETA is in like March or April or even June, but Beck and I kickstarted the Avatar game, and I definitely would like to play it. This game uses, was it not Savage Worlds? There's something about the Apocalypse. Or its system. It's powered by the Apocalypse, I think, is the actual name of the game. But anyways, this will be coming out, so hopefully we can see an Avatar game next year. Oh, Pi was talking about Weird War 2. This is another, I think, powered by the Apocalypse game. I don't know the systems, to be honest. I bought this, though, and he was wanting to run it. If I have time, I would love to play, but I just don't know if I have time. This piece of art is of Jess from Quantum Black. This is depicting after a grenade went off right next to her. So it's just, you know, of course, natural reaction. Let's just scroll back. Oh, these are funny. You should join the Facebook group and just look at the history, because there's a lot of fun stuff. Oh, I really want to run this game. I want to run a Hollow Earth expedition. Probably a 3-shot next year. Maybe in Q1. This is custom art from Quantum Black. I love getting art commissioned for Quantum Black. Isn't this beautiful? Season 2's poster. So you have the Doctor on the right. He's clutching a wound, and he's got his Plague Doctor's mask because he's the Doctor, and he's always changing his face. And in this image, they're fighting a horde of zombies, so of course you don't want to get any infections. Then you have Morthos, who's our magic user. You have our kind of mechanic specialist, Amber, shooting the 2 guns. Then next to her is Jess, our kind of weapons master combat. She's martial arts and a sniper type things, gunslinger. And behind her is Tori, her manservant. And then you have Zigbot blowing up some zombies over there. You don't see Zigzag in this picture because he's safe and using Zigbot. So I love this art piece. This was one of the most expensive thing that I purchased on one item in 2021 for RPGs. So the artist was amazing, Jim Ling. This is like, it was high quality. Art, I love how much art has been purchased in this year. So this is from Mackenzie. This shows, let's see if I can remember all their character names. So you have Tessa, Calbus is on the right, played by Alex. Tessa's played by Mackenzie, and in the middle you have got Durakar. Durakar is the Minotaur Barbarian who debuted in, I think it was Pi's first game, and it was my Gladiator game in 2020, where the whole idea is you're in a Minotaur labyrinth and you had to run away from the Minotaurs. I didn't know Pi was going to make a Minotaur as for his character. So he winds up switching sides, being part of the Minotaurs, and like stomped and TPK'd the whole party. And he's the only one who survived and got away. And Durakar became this legend into the DDG. And he got to be like level 10 or 12 or something until he was disintegrated on, not accident, it was on purpose, but he was... Glennon, which is another character, is being mind controlled and he disintegrated 2 characters, Durakar and Mackenzie's first character got killed. Poor Tabby. Durakar has been resurrected, to my knowledge. There's Oscar. Botanists of Chult, Call of Cthulhu, Goblin Mine, Pathfinder. There's Team Corvette. This is more artwork. These are all commissioned pieces. So you've got the Doctor, Amber, Morthos, Zigzag, and Jess. Oh, such beautiful art pieces. More art to come. I don't think I will ever stop buying art pieces for for Quantum Black. This is also a custom art piece. This is Sajetta. They commissioned him. I forget the artist. There's several really good artists. This is Delric. He's a commission as well from Mackenzie. You know, one game I wish I had played this year was Maximum Apocalypse. Devin had wanted to play that again, and I only ever ran the one game. I would love to play that again too. Here we are, still in April. There's Sobel again. He's based off of a Gila monster. Feel like we covered almost about everything. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. So another game I played in was Justin's game. Justin ran the starter box kit for what's it called? Dangerous Things. There's that show. What is it? Stranger Things. That's what it's called. So he ran a Stranger Things game. And so me and Becca and Devin played in it, and I can't remember who the fourth person was. I'm sorry. But my character, we were all playing the canned character. So I played Horga, and she was a half-orc barbarian. No, she was a half-orc ranger. And there was a part where there was an owlbear, and so you could go around and fight the goblins, or you could go through the owlbear, but it was sleeping. And so we all went up going to fight the goblins, but it was like a lot of goblins, and so I ran back and I tried to wake up the owlbear. And this is a comic that I made based off of that. So you have Horga and the owlbear. Horga, the half-orc ranger, sneaks up behind the sleeping owlbear. She puts away her weapons and stealthily reaches for the owlbear's butt cheeks. Clap. Rawr! So that was such a funny moment. I wish that got recorded, but I think there was no audio, which sucked. So sorry, Justin. That was your champion game of 2021. I think it was 2021. I made this in 2021 in April, but it might have been a game from 2020. I don't remember. So it would have been in 2020 actually, because they sent me this owlbear for Christmas. And I'm pretty sure I have it right here. So here's the owlbear that Devin and Justin sent me. Here's the mini that I have that I used for Horga. I've got them up on my tall shelf. This is my passport character from the Hollow Earth Expedition game. That's my character, Donald Bridger. Let's see, do I have anything else? Here's Girth. Girth is a present that Eric sent me. Thank you so much, Eric. Oh, and I got a bunch of cool stuff. But I don't want to... I got to wrap this up because it's almost 10:30 and I got to be somewhere at a little close to 10:30. So in order of finishing, let's just breeze through. Speaking of which, there it is. I also got those beautiful dice. Actually, I lie. Becca got these beautiful dice from Devin. Again, Heroes Cosplay. Go buy dice. They're amazing. Okay, alright, where are we at? Are we almost done? Chibi Sajetta. You'll see him very soon. These are just Morthos. It's not commissioned art though. Elizabeth. This is Katie's character. Let's see. Poor Tabby, Chibi Tabby. We're in March. Oh, this is commission artwork for Entrapta. I would still love to play a SAO game, like a one-shot game where every game is a level. That'd be really, really awesome. I don't know if 5e would be the right system for that though. Probably, just because that's what everyone plays. So, Chibi Avery. Oh, Attack on Titan. That's another game I didn't. I have a whole game for Attack on Titan, the second episode. I ran the first episode of that series twice, so I have 2 renditions. But I have episode 2 or game 2, and it's ready, and I just haven't done it. I would love to I would love to run that in Tailspire also, because that would just be awesome. Chibi Matey. Matey is awesome. He's the Warforged with a violin arm. That's a clip I need to do. I need to get Jace singing his Matey song. That would be awesome. Chibi Morthos. This is probably my favorite one because his eye is crazy. I don't think you can see it in here, but join the Facebook group and look at it. Oh, so this is a different Justin. His character Door is like a big Goliath barbarian. He says Door, and he got a T-shirt. Justin is the one who got me this shirt. This is the DDG shirt logo, and I almost have to stand on the chair, but it's player DM guild leader because I'm apparently I'm the founder of it, so I guess I should just accept that title. Thank you, Justin, for this. This is Christmas last year, and I really appreciate it. I love this shirt. Wrapping up, Zelana. Zelana is one of my favorite characters of Mackenzie. She is a wizard, and she has a story arc that we need to finish up. She was one of the few characters that started at level 1, and now she's like level 8 or 9. There's Entrapta again. We're in January now. Glennon. This is the wizard. They were mind controlled, or dominated rather, and cast disintegration on Tabby and Durakar. It's the most tragic episode I think we probably had this year. Oh, I wasn't there, but like I was like, what? Dungeon Crawl Classic's a good game. And Danny, yeah, he's the one who ran the game for me with Sobel. Chibi Naru. Okay, I gotta wrap this up. Chibi Girth. There's me. I'm wearing this shirt right now. And that's it. That's 2021. Happy New Year's. Okay, that's the Facebook. There's only one thing I wanted to kind of just see if there's any other fun art that we purchased or that I have on here that we could show. Otherwise, it's been almost an hour, 20 minutes, and I've got to go. I don't actually expect anybody to watch this, but... I don't know if there's anything else that you haven't seen. I think I kind of filtered through and showed everything already. Okay, well, I guess that's it. I'm going to sign off. I'm Adrian, or Lee6113. I hope if anybody watched this, you have a happy Christmas holiday season. Happy New Year coming up. 2021 is going to be closing in 12 days, 11 days, something like that. And we'll be saying hello to 2022. And I think it's going to be an awesome year. Awesome for everyone in gaming and real life. And cheers.